Hello, welcome to RenR 213. What we're going to be talking about in this short video is how to set up the computing environment for the software that we're going to be using in this class. And specifically, we're going to be talking about setups for Git, GitHub, Posit Cloud, RStudio, and R. So here are a couple of links to where we're going to be going to do the setup. GitHub is located at github.com. The Posit Cloud is located at posit.cloud. That's the home of RStudio, and RStudio provides us an integrated development environment or an IDE to R and the Tidyverse, Quarto, and GitHub. We'll learn more about what each of those things does later. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to GitHub and set up an account for a fictional user that I've going to create. And oh, let me get there. This is what github.com looks like. I've made it a little bit bigger so that it is easier to read. What we're going to do is to sign up for GitHub. Click on sign up. It's a free account, so we don't have to pay anything to use this. It asks for some basic information. We're going to use uh, an email address that I've set up for this fictitious user. So it'll be alice@stoat.ca. Give it a password, and the password is double secret, so I'm not going to show it to you. And I'll call it R4NRM Alice without the dash this time because I used that before. So we'll continue, and it asks us to solve a little puzzle. And in this case, we're moving this robot-looking dude to be pointing in the same direction as the fingers here. Okay, so it's asking me to save a password in my password or in the Google Chrome's passwords manager, so I'll just say yes. And it's sent me a code to the email that I've set up. So I'll just zip over to the email, and I'll write that down because if I don't, I will forget it. So it's 049185003. And looks like everything's good. So we can sign into it. Uh, it looks something like this when you get there. It gives you some things to do, or some things that you could change. We're not going to bother with any of those yet, but one of the things we're going to need to do is to set up a personal access token. And a personal access token is what is going to allow uh, Posit Cloud to to um, talk to GitHub. So go to settings, and way down at the bottom, there's something that says developer settings. We'll click on that. We'll go to where it says personal access tokens. We're going to use the classic tokens. It's asking me to generate a new token. And again, it's asking me what kind I want. I'm going to ask for the classic token. So what is this token for? We can say it's for RenR 213 if you want. It expires. A good time to expire it would be to set it to expire at the end of term. I'll just say April 30th. And it's asking me to select scopes for it. We're only going to care about the repositories or the repos. So I'll click on the repo thing here. Okay, down at the bottom, it tells me to generate the token, gives the token to me here, and it's suggesting that you copy the personal access token because we won't be able to see it again. I'm going to copy it using this, and I'm going to add it to the Chrome password manager. Um, so just copy it there, and I'll say that it is for R4 and RM Alice, and I'll just write down that it's EAT for GitHub. If you don't copy it down and save it now, you'll have to regenerate it. It's not going to be super nasty, but it'll save you some steps if you save it right now. Okay, so it wants me to do something. I'm going to save it just on this device. And what doesn't it like? Oh, it wants me to give it the site name, github.com. Give it another name. It doesn't like that. R4 Natural Resource Management. Okay, so we're done with that. I'll uh, go back to GitHub. We're done with what we need to do for the GitHub setup for now. So what I'll do now is move to setting up the Posit Cloud. Posit Cloud. Okay, so we're going to sign up for this. I'm going to recommend that for now that you sign up using the Cloud free account. It'll give you, I think, enough resources to get this course done. If you find that it's too limiting, however, what you can do is to create a student account for $5 a month. So it may be worthwhile at some point in time. So I'll go to the drop down for all plans. I'll create a free account, and it tells me the resources that are included. I'll sign up for it, and let's see if it'll let me use my email address. I'll give it a password, and then a name and last name. So use this sign up with the email addresses rather than signing up with Google or GitHub. We'll run into problems if we do. We'll run into problems later if we do it this way. Okay, so let's sign up. It's asking me to go to my email and verify the email address. So Posit Cloud email and verify the email by clicking on this link. Now we're back at the Posit Cloud webpage. We can click on continue. Let's close that password manager. And what I'm going to do now is to create a new project. We'll just do a new project from a new RStudio project. You can give the project a name. This might be, call it setup. And what we see here is the IDE to uh, R, so RStudio, which will allow us to get some, which allows us to develop software for this. Okay, I'm going to need to set this up to use GitHub. So there's a couple of things that I need to type in. And I'll run these in the console of RStudio. And I'll set it up so that the user is Alice Green and the user email is alice@stoat.ca. When you enter your emails into these software, excuse me, I suggest that you use your University of Alberta email address. Uh, there are some special student things available through GitHub, extra resources available that you can access if you're a student, and it will make it easier for GitHub to verify your student status if you use your university email. So this is just setting up some things so that we can use Git with uh, RStudio and Posit Cloud. Ah, I forgot one thing. I need to install a package, and the package that I need to install is called Use This. It takes a while to load the first time through. You shouldn't have to reload any of these or install any of these packages after you've installed them once. Okay, go back up to the username install for Alice on posit.cloud, and we should be done with the setup. We went through the setup for the cloud version of the software that we'll be using, and I strongly suggest that you keep to that so that everyone's on the same page as we're going through the course. However, if you want to install RStudio and R and Git locally, there's a really good introduction given in the link there, which will guide you through setting up RStudio with Git on your local computer. I've done this on Windows machines, Macs, Linux machines, and Chromebooks. So it's actually fairly straightforward if you want to get into the weeds of installing software on your own computer. So a few steps that we're going to need to undertake pretty soon. Uh, I would like you to finish or to fill out the introductory survey as quickly as you can. This is a link that will take you to a Canvas quiz. The most important thing in there is your name and the username that you gave yourself for GitHub, because that's how I'm going to be sending assignments to you. We're going to do a quick little tour of our studio, and we'll go through a demo on how to access and submit assignments. So that's it for this short video. I'll see you again soon.